Ladies and gentlemen, today we have a massive video to get into. I'm talking about like 20 updates, rumors, leaks, news. We have it all. The Switch 2 this year is not the strongest so far, but I think something is about to change very soon. So let's go ahead and get right into this video. So yeah, we had a partner showcase. People are asking me if I'm going to stream it. Am I going to react to it? No. I just had a feeling it wasn't going to be anything crazy, and it wasn't. If you have to ask me my honest opinion, 4 out of 10, you know what I mean? A couple cool things, but nothing to where I needed to make a dedicated video about that. But, you know, everything we've seen is not everything there is. And allegedly, here in 2 or 3 weeks, what we're expecting is going to show up. So before we get started, if you could hit a like and subscribe, that would truly mean the world to me. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter so we can keep our communities growing, and let's go and get right into this one. So quickly, I'll give you my thoughts on the partner showcase because that will lead us into whatever else I'm about to talk about. Like I said, I give it a 4 out of 10. Orbitals, that looks really cool. Hollow Knight Switch 2 edition, that was pretty cool. I mean, I beat the game twice, so I probably will never even play the Switch 2 edition. We got a release date for The Adventures of Elliot. I'm very excited for that. That's in June. Unfortunately, on the Switch 2, a game key card. Big bummer there. We did get a reveal for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on the Switch 2, and I think that's launching in June as well. I don't know how Square Enix does what they do, man, but I've already beat Remake and Rebirth, but from what they're saying is, it seems like Part 3 is going to launch across all consoles day one, so it will not be a PlayStation exclusive at launch. That's crazy, man. I actually might play Part 3 on my Switch 2. Turok Origins got an official reveal, which is, it feels like it came out of nowhere. Like, I remember hearing rumors about it, but yeah, that got an official reveal. A game I'm very excited for is Digimon Story Time Stranger. This is launching in July, and I cannot wait to play this one. What they ended the presentation with is Todd Howard coming out. They talked about Indiana Jones, which is getting a true physical on the Switch 2. That is amazing. Fallout 4 is coming out, I believe, this month. Skyrim Anniversary Edition is getting an official release for the Switch 2, and I think that might be it. Even though Indiana Jones is getting a true physical, Fallout 4 and Skyrim are code in boxes, which is, it's disgusting, dude. Like, bare minimum, give this game key card. So that's crazy. And what's even crazier is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, one of the greatest games I've ever played, is $50 on the Switch 2. Fallout 4 is $60. Yeah, the partner showcase, 4 out of 10. What it seems like, though, is Nintendo wanted to get some announcements out of the way because something bigger is right around the corner. And we will talk about that later in this video because it seems like that actually is the case. Now let's get some bad news out of the way, at least in my opinion, right? So Starfield is coming out on the PS5, I believe in a couple months. That's been leaked. Allegedly, it was coming out for the Switch 2 as well. But now Starfield for the Switch 2 has been indefinitely canceled. I wasn't that excited about this. Like, I might have played it, you know, if it got some big updates. Like, I like Skyrim, I like Fallout, I like space stuff. I probably eventually would have checked it out, but it has now officially been permanently delayed or permanently canceled on the Switch 2. Speaking of games that have been paused in development for the Switch 2 or permanently delayed, it seems like Borderlands 4 has indefinitely been paused. So that seems like that port has been canceled 100%. I've heard a couple of rumors that I think Take-Two was putting this out, that they are like scrapping the work on the Switch 2 port and going to use all those people to work on GTA 6 for possibly the Switch 2. I don't know how true that is, but yeah, this sucks because I was waiting to play Borderlands 4 on the Switch 2, and it seems like that is not going to happen. Now let's continue with some bad news. So this doesn't directly correlate to the partner showcase, but the partner showcase really did not help this at all. Nintendo stock just took a huge hit, like dramatically. Over the past 6 months, it has dropped nearly 40%. Since their last earnings report, which was a couple days ago, it has dropped another 11%. The reason is gaming is getting more expensive. RAM costs have skyrocketed, so it seems like Nintendo's probably going to have to raise the price of the Switch 2, which is what we're all expecting. Now, if you add that with the reveal and releases we've been getting for the Switch 2, there's really no point to go buy a Switch 2 if you don't have one already. It's like, yeah, Mario Kart's there, but there's Mario Kart on the Switch. Donkey Kong is fun, but that's about it. Metroid Prime 4, Pokemon ZA, these games are on the previous console. Now you're getting all these third-party ports revealed, but you can play damn near every one of these games on another console. So it just seems like Nintendo has a bunch of missed opportunities, and they're kind of letting like the beginning of this generation slip through their fingers when they could have had. I'm not saying they're not having a successful start of the generation, because they are. They're doing amazing. They've sold 17 million Switch 2s. But for the people who are on the fence about buying one, you're not giving them any real reason to buy one. So hopefully very soon, that will change. And like I said, we'll talk about that later in this video. It seems like some good general Nintendo Direct news is right around the corner. But for now, man, what is Nintendo doing? And something I never thought I'd be talking about in the year of 2026 is the Virtual Boy. I think this is the month that the Virtual Boy comes to Nintendo Switch Online or Nintendo Online, and I think it's like February 17th or something like that. So we know there's the $100 accessory, which sold out. Then there's a cardboard accessory that I think costs like $30. But yesterday there was a story going around that the Nintendo Labo VR would work with the Virtual Boy. And a lot of people were saying, that's actually pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like, I still have this accessory, I'm never using it. This makes perfect sense. And I thought, you know what? That is pretty cool. And maybe I'll find that, and then maybe I'll mess around with a Virtual Boy. But today, Nintendo clarified that the Labo VR will not work with their Virtual Boy. And as if the news couldn't get any worse, now my day is 100% ruined. Okay, we got some of the quicker updates out of the way. So this month is Zelda's 40th anniversary. I think one of two things could happen. We could get that General Direct, and the beginning of it, they will do like a 15-minute presentation for Zelda's 40th anniversary, the same way they did with Mario's anniversary, right? We got like a 15-minute presentation, then the General Direct, I think it was a General Direct right after. That could happen, and that's probably what's going to happen, because we have some rumors that here in 2 or 3 weeks, a General Direct is going to happen. Like I've been saying, and forgive me, but we'll get into that later in the video. So some kind of Zelda news is coming this month. Now what I think is we could probably see not a true trailer, but maybe like a 30-second teaser or something. And today we can look at what seems to be Ganon in the Zelda movie. So this is a post that I found over on Twitter. A lot of people are sneaking into the sets and filming people. And this red fellow, like it seems like he has red hair, but his skin almost looks red as well. This looks like Ganon. And I don't know what I expected a live action Ganon to look like, but I don't know if it was this. And I'm not saying this is bad, I'm just not sure if it's what I expected. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe they don't show us a 30-second teaser, maybe they just show us the full cast, right? Like we know Zelda and Link, but maybe they'll show us Ganondorf, and a slew of other characters. Now, one reason I think this partner showcase was such a big letdown is because we heard a bunch of rumors and leaks about other games that were supposed to show up, and these leaks weren't coming from like random people. Like Nate the Hate was saying a bunch of stuff, and it just didn't happen. And Nate the Hate's track record is like 100%. So we have a bunch of updates from Nate the Hate. A lot of it's very promising. Then we have some general direct leaks, again, pretty promising. And then we have more updates from Nate the Hate. So this first one isn't directly tied to the Switch 2, but at the same time it kind of is. Nate the Hate says, Red Dead Redemption 2 Next Gen is coming this year as far as they know. I kind of find that is strange because it would kind of overlap with GTA 6 coming out, and they've pretty much confirmed 100% it's coming out in November. I know it wouldn't take away from GTA 6 sales. I just feel like it would be weird to release both of these games this year, but at the same time, you release both of them this year and you make a bunch of money. So hopefully this does show up on the Switch 2 sooner than later. Nate the Hate also says Black Myth Wukong is coming to the Switch 2. That is a crazy game to head over to the Switch 2. As far as I know, I think this is PlayStation exclusive. Or it might be on the Xbox. Forgive me for not knowing, but it just seems like a PS5 game. And when I first seen these rumors, I was thinking, that's not possible to come over to the Switch 2. But that was before we seen games like Cyberpunk and Star Wars Outlaws and Final Fantasy VII Remake and now Rebirth. So if this comes over to the Switch 2, I will definitely be picking it up. But it just seems like, the partner showcase was a perfect place to announce this. Now the presentation we were all waiting for is at General Direct. Yeah, we got a partner showcase. Sure, there were some cool games in it, but I can't sit here and lie and act like I'm not let down from the presentation, because I have to ask myself, why did I buy a Switch 2 if I'm not getting like real Switch 2 games? It just doesn't make sense, you know what I mean? So when is that next General Direct? Well, maybe we have some actual answers. So a few days ago, Mike Odyssey found out that Splatoon Raiders trademark has been updated to include a publication date of the 17th of February. And what people are thinking is it's hiding some stuff that Nintendo doesn't want to show yet, so they will show some stuff off in a general direct, and then that publication will go live. Sure, this could happen or it couldn't, but the reason why this is adding fuel to the fire is there's been quite a few people saying that a general direct is going to happen the 3rd or 4th week of February, or maybe the 1st week of March. For example, Switch Force could be implying for Nintendo General Direct the 1st week of March. I mean, that would make me pretty happy. But we have more coming from the Attack the Backlog podcast. Nash will report hearing about another Nintendo Direct, likely happening the 3rd week of February or around March. You know, we have Splatoon, we have a couple people saying this is happening, Nate the Hate was hearing some other stuff as well, we have Zelda's 40th anniversary, so it's all leading me to believe that there is more happening this month. I mean, it really just makes sense when you think about it, right? It just seems like Nintendo was like, look, let's get this partner showcase out of the way, let's make these announcements. They have some stuff that they're ready to announce, but all of this just wouldn't fit in one direct. So this is how we all feel. But now let's circle back to Nate the Hate, because I want to show you what he said after this partner showcase today. So somebody said, did Nintendo hold back the big reveals for a general Nintendo Direct? And Nate the Hate said, suspect so. Which is, you know, it's not like the craziest news, but hearing Nate the Hate say that, pretty reassuring. This is another tweet where he's replying to somebody, plenty of announcements and reveals remain. So he was expecting to see some other announcements in this partner showcase, and it just didn't happen. And some of these announcements are pretty big, like yeah, they could have fit in a partner showcase, but maybe they would make more of an impact in a general direct. For example, somebody says, I'm surprised both Expedition 33 and Metaphor were not present, but at least we got a release date for The Adventures of Elliot, and Nate the Hate responds, I'm equally surprised. Expedition 33 and Metaphor are heavily rumored for the Switch 2. These would be massive announcements, right? Truly massive announcements. If we go back and look when Persona 3 Reload was showed off, I think that was in the very first Switch 2 reveal direct, like the hour-long presentation, and if it wasn't, I think it was in the first general direct we got for the Switch 2. So yeah, Metaphor is probably going to be saved for that general direct. Expedition 33, great game, I enjoyed it. I beat it on the PS5. I don't think it was like the second coming of whatever you want to call it, and if I'm being honest, I give it like a 7.5 out of 10, but it was a great game, and I think it would really do well on the Switch 2. So with the hype of that game and the impact that would have, again, that would make sense for a general direct. So if we look at the partner showcase we got, and then the reveals that were in that, and then the games we know that are on the way that we still haven't seen yet, with a bunch of other evidence that another presentation is probably going to be happening in the next couple of weeks, it seems like a general direct is on the way very soon, and it's going to be a massive presentation. Not only because we want it, but Nintendo really freaking needs it, man. We need something to make us feel like buying a Switch 2 was the right choice. But ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about this? Because your opinion matters most. So in the comments below, I would truly love to hear from you guys. I know this video was all over the place, but I had a bunch to talk about. So just let me know what you guys are thinking. And if you made it all the way to the end of the video, if you could do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And you guys know me, I'll see you very soon with a new video. Peace.